hummus, which is a bread that is traditionally served with basically every meal. We have some warm water I just put in there. We'll be adding some yeast next. Spoon of sugar for the yeast to feed on. Mix and let it hang out in here for a few minutes until the yeast starts blooming. Okay, our yeast is nice and frothy, so now we're going to add some of the dry ingredients. Wheat flour, regular flour. We need butter, and neutral oil. Salt. Then we'll knead this until the dough gets elasticy without breaking. Oiled my hand so I could just take it out, and we're gonna put it in an oiled container. This is our dough. It's stretching, it's not breaking, so we're going to let this rest. We'll be resting for at least 2 hours. We are back with the tamiz, the bread. It has nicely risen. We're going to lightly flour our work area. We're going to set it out. We'll let that rest for 10 minutes. So now I'm going to roll them out and we will be baking them in this. I'm going to lightly oil. We have the oven at 475. Just gonna lightly oil the surface. And to this, we'll add some sesame seeds and nagala seeds. We're gonna sprinkle a bit of that all around. In the oven for 8 minutes on the bottom rack, and then we'll move it up to the top rack for 5 minutes. Look at that, our beautiful tamiz is all done. Nice and crunchy. Our garlic sauce. We are going to start off by cooking our cornstarch. Water, cornstarch. I'm gonna dissolve this and then I'm gonna cook it on the stove until it becomes translucent and thick. Stir, stir, stir. It's dissolved, I'm gonna put it on the fire. While that cooks, we're going to prep our garlic. Just gonna roughly chop them. Add the garlic to a container. Also need some lemon juice, so I'm going to do that now. Our cornstarch is nice and translucent now. We're going to add it to our garlic and start emulsifying, popping it into the immersion blender thingy with the garlic. Also slowly start adding a neutral oil. Gonna add like a tablespoon of lemon juice. That is done. It feels like how a garlic sauce should feel. Off to the fridge. So the next item we'll be making is hummus. I have some dried chickpeas I've rinsed off here. And I'm gonna put them in the Instapot to slow cook for a few hours so they're nice and tender. Added enough water to cover them, maybe an inch above them. Slow cook on high for 2.5 hours. Our chickpeas are all done. I did a pressure cook setting for the last 30 minutes of it. Them into the food processor, reserving the chickpea water. I'm gonna use it to thin it out. To our chickpeas, we'll add some garlic, a bit of lime and or lemon juice, tahini, olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, a little bit of our reserved water, just a tad bit to just get it started, and then we'll add more as needed. And pulse and then blend. Just a little bit more. That is a beautiful texture. And voila! I will say this is the best hummus I've ever made. Before serving, we will sprinkle some paprika and a drizzle of olive oil. But otherwise, this is all done. Mutabal, which is an eggplant dip. I'm just gonna lay some eggplants. Gonna pierce them. I want to get them nice and charred and soft on the inside. Eggplants are nice and charred, nice and soft as well. So I'm just gonna put it here in this foil and wrap it to kind of help finish cooking it. Our eggplant has been steaming here, and we're gonna start doing the rest of the mix. Tahini, yogurt, just plain yogurt, a couple of cloves of garlic minced. Mix it all up. To this, we'll also add a lime juice. Add some cumin, some salt and pepper. Mix it all up. We'll set that aside so we can prep our eggplant. We're going to peel it. Goodness, technology. We're gonna chop it up as best as we can, leaving some texture. Time to incorporate and mix. Salt and pepper, mixing. The mutabal is done. Right before serving, we'll add a little bit of olive oil, some pomegranate seeds, and parsley. We'll be putting it in the fridge, and we'll garnish when we're ready. The Salata Janeer, which we're going to be mostly cucumber, tomato, a bit of arugula salad. Here we have some arugula and parsley. I'm just gonna chop it all up, rough chop. And shallot. And then for the sauce, I'm gonna do some chopped mint. Just do a little bit of it in there.
And a little sumac and the sauce.
Lemon juice, a little bit of pomegranate molasses, some salt and pepper, and olive oil. And we also have some pomegranate adding here. Salad dressing. That all together. Wow, that looks beautiful. We will be making the dough for the Saudi Mutabbaq, which is a pastry filled with savory items. Ours will be filled with chicken. We're going to start with the dough, all-purpose flour, adding it to a stand mixer, and whole wheat flour. I will add 3 teaspoons of baking powder, a neutral oil, it could be canola or avocado, and 2 eggs, and a pinch of salt, and a half a cup of water. That's looking pretty good. The dough, I think, is good. It's not sticking anymore. So we're gonna take it out, put it in an oiled bowl. We'll separate them into smaller balls so they're ready and easy to roll out when we roll them out. Nice, not sticky dough. Nicely wrap these up and let them rest for at least 2 hours. Put a clear plastic wrap and set them aside. We are now moving on to the filling for the mutabaq. To dice up some onions, some garlic, tomatoes. Onions, done. Garlic. Minced garlic is minced. Tomato time. Now we're gonna move on to sauteing some stuff. Pan is nice and warm. Add some oil. To this, we'll add our garlic, add our onion. We'll cook these down until they're a little translucent. These are getting nice and translucent. Now we're gonna add our spices. We have ground coriander, ground chili powder, ground cumin, and a bit of turmeric. I just like to give the spices a bit of a head start before I add the meat. I think we're ready for our meat. We got some ground chicken from the butcher. Gonna add it here. Adding salt and pepper. And we'll cook this down for a bit. And it's looking good. Take the lid off now. Tomatoes go in. We'll cook this down until some of the liquid evaporates. Chicken is nice and juicy. Cut the fire, let it cool. Once it cools down completely, we'll add some spring onions and some eggs. Yeah, I think that's it. We have the chicken mix here. Green onions in. And now we need to add 6 eggs to this. So we're gonna mix. Adding a little bit more salt and pepper because of the eggs. Gonna set that aside and we're gonna start working on our dough. And I'm going to heat the pan and put a little bit of oil, roll out, stuff, drop into the oil. Goal is to get it as thin as possible. Just a little drizzle of oil. We're gonna slop some of this in. We're gonna fold it. Little pocket is done. Now we're gonna put it onto the pan. So we're gonna start seam side down, just so we can get a nice crust.
When it gets brown, you know what to do. Brown on the bottom as well.
Saudi Mutabaq. Looks great.
Nice job, Bex.
You too. For the Kabsa's topping, we're gonna have some almonds, boiling water. Let it cook for like a minute or two, and then we'll immediately dump it into cold water and rinse it with cold water. So now that they're bloated, rinse them out in cold water. While they're still warm, you're gonna squeeze them out of their skin. Pat them dry. Onions. Next, gonna chop up some tomatoes. We're gonna grate a carrot. We're gonna start working on our topping. Blanch almonds we're going to toast. Oil is coming to temp. We're gonna toss some of these almonds in now. Keep them moving so they don't burn. While oil is still nice and hot. Next goes our raisins. Noticing the color changed and they're puffing up. Keep moving them. Out they come. I'm going to sear the lamb shanks. Sear those real quick. We're not looking for a full cook, just to sear. These are nice and brown. I'm gonna take them out and set them aside. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil, and then we're gonna toss in all of our whole spices. Cinnamon, bay leaf, cloves, lemons, and our cardamom. And we'll toast these for a few minutes. While those cook up and get fragrant, I'm gonna grind up some allspice and cardamom. Now I'm going to add the onions. Onions are nice and translucent, so we're gonna add our garlic and ginger. Adding tomatoes, the shredded carrot. Mix this, and then I'll add some tomato paste as well. Clearing a little spot for the tomato paste so it can cook down a little bit. I am now going to add the powdered spices. We have cumin, coriander, the cloves, and cardamom. Toss that in, mix. Re-add the meat. Now we're gonna add some water. Add some salt and pepper, and then we'll let this go for about an hour and a half. While our lamb is cooking there, I'm gonna wash and soak our rice. Okay, we've been cooking for about an hour and 10, so I'm gonna take out the meat. And we're gonna fish out some of the whole spices. To our broth remaining, we'll add the rice. Stir this in, and it will cook for 10 minutes or so. So we're adding back the meat to kind of finish off cooking. Time to serve.
Fully served up lamb kabsa. Making some mamul. These are date-filled cookies. These dates have been steaming over some boiling water for a little bit so that they're a little bit more soft. We're gonna dump that water. Gonna add some butter to the pot. Gonna add a little ground cardamom. I'm gonna add my softened dates in. And then we're gonna mash these guys up. And once that's all mashed together, we can take it off the heat, let it cool. That's gonna be the filling for our mamul. The next thing we'll need to do is make the dough. An all-purpose flour, the semolina flour. We're gonna have half a cup of sugar, and we'll whisk our dry ingredients together, and we're gonna add our wet ingredients. Clarified melted butter, vanilla, more ground cardamom, and a pinch of salt. We'll start combining this as we slowly pour in the milk. And we want to make sure this is more like a dough, not a batter. This kind of crumbly look as it's mixing is perfect. Begin kneading it together. A nice dough. We'll let that rest for about 30 minutes. We're breaking off a piece of dough about the size of a ping pong ball. Make a little patty out of it. A little bit of our date filling there. Wrap that bad boy up and roll it. These cookies are going to get flattened out almost into a patty. The bottom of these glasses we have that little swirl. I'm going to press them with these to make them kind of festive. Make do with what you got though. And there you have it, mamul ready to go in the oven, 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Those look good. We're going to serve them with some coffee later tonight. Have them for dessert.